Welcome to day 62 of 100 Days of Startup, where I, Rod Danan, am building Prentus, where we connect startups to skill tech interns that they can hire. So today is a Monday, and it wasn't the best Monday. It wasn't everything I wanted it to be and everything I wanted to do. And it's kind of been a common Monday theme, I think. Just not sleeping as well on Sunday because Sundays are just like different overall, and then waking up later on Sundays, so that's something. But overall, yeah, I didn't get as much what I wanted to do, but I did start the whole morning doing some design stuff. So I was just leaving feedback, and then while I was doing the feedback, I actually just like applied the edits themselves to the design. And while doing that, it also taught me more of kind of the other things that were missing from the design system. So working with that, I just coordinated with Guy and updated it. We added a few more items that were missing, such as like the header, and also just let the designers know, like, don't get discouraged when your designs get rejected, because it's common. That's what happens with design. As I was going through some emails, I had to follow up with a potential salesperson from last week to give them a login for the app because they want to check out the UX. And I told them, it's not completely ready, but gave them the sign up so they can see how it looks, kind of the setup, and ask them a question also about the pricing. See what they think about it. But we'll see. They didn't answer as of now, and it's 8:14, so hopefully tomorrow or something. In the afternoon, I mentioned that my sleep was not as good on Sunday nights, so I came in pretty tired to the afternoon. And I actually ended up spending like an hour just watching YouTube videos, which is not something I've ever done. So I had to kind of how distracted I was. But I did get some other things that were productive. So, we did the usual stand up at 1 p.m. and I got to talk to everyone about kind of their feelings. Seems like a lot of people are down. But that's why we have the vent session on Wednesday. So hopefully that can help them with that. But then I also helped another person who I met, who's on one of our product teams, to kind of talk about how they structure their days. And I realized like a lot of people don't structure their days properly, which leads to them being overwhelmed. So you just gotta, I told them all, you gotta have a direction you want to go in. So, and then also don't try to do everything at once. You gotta do one thing at a time. That's how you kind of manage things. And that's what I'm doing right now, focusing on my bubble. So trying to pass that on to them, and hopefully everyone can soothe their minds a little bit. With the event session though, I talked about, so I had to create an email. So wrote up an email in MailChimp for the newsletter, sent that out. Always try to make it sound very personable in terms of the writing, nothing too fancy. I also made it plain text email template, so it's not anything that's like overly designed. Trying to connect with the people. Then I had our team lead meeting. So our PM, who's usually the one that's leading that, he actually got a job and is busier in the days now. So a little bit more product management on my end, but it was still good. Everyone's kind of spirits were up. They were excited to get into things. Cleared up some confusion between front end and back end, but overall, platform team is looking good. Then after that, I had a few personal items to do on my to-do list, so that honestly took a couple hours into the workday, which was already unproductive. So be it. But at the end of the day, I started to try to make a modal for checking out and buying more credits. But then I realized, I never figured out my dilemma on how to do pricing. So I wrote out a few of the options and kind of pros and cons in my notebook, just to kind of get my initial thoughts out. And then also thank you, Julian, for leaving a comment on what you thought. I think it's a good thing that you're saying about upfront payment, which I obviously like. I'm just thinking about barrier to entry for a business. But I'll figure it out tomorrow. So it's the first thing I'm going to do in the morning with a fresh brain. I'm going to wake up a little bit earlier than I have been because I've been waking up 30 minutes later than usual every day, which kind of also is throwing me off. But I'm excited to get into it tomorrow. My sales meeting for tomorrow got moved to Wednesday, so I have an extra day to get that prep for them. And also in other news, I got my first sale today since July. So $1,500 in the bank. That's really nice. And hopefully that's the first 1,500 of many, many more coming up. So excited to share with you all how we build this out.